Here we go. Yeah. All right. That's interesting, man. And it's really good that you speak up for yourself. Some motherfuckers sit there and get robbed knowing they're getting robbed.
You gotta.
Yes. Especially in this business. Hip hop is known for blackballing
I've been
artists,
on my grind
not
just to
giving them
live it
what
out.
they do.
Say what's on your mind just to hear it loud.
Damn sure ain't doing the best for
Everybody
the artists.
knows me,
So.
really that's the old me. Going through some changes right here and now.
Yes, and we are back with another episode of the Dope Individuals Only podcast. I'm Eric, the host. I'm up here with another dope individual. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's the gamer, not a gangster, Grayson.
The gamer, not a... Oh, so that's what the
GNAG?
Yeah. That was one of my questions on here. I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, it looks like gang, but it ain't gang.
Yeah,
then,
it's gang backwards.
Yeah,
yo,
right?
like...
And then in your bio... it says gamer, not a gangster.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. I was snooping on your YouTube page, and on your description it says, I rap for the people like me, gamers, nerds, social outcasts who has love for hip hop and anime. How'd you even, like, what is there, like, not a representative, not a voice for the people who are into those type of things?
Well, nowadays, at the time that I made up, or really, all right, so let me start from the top. So, Gamer Not A Gangster is my very first bar that I written and recorded. Now it's like 10 years ago.
Ooh.
So, basically, when I made that up, I was like, I was like looking at the scope of the local area, you know, and I was like, okay, there ain't really no one talking about the stuff that I'm talking about, or even referencing the things that I like in their raps for me to like. I liked certain artists out here, no doubt. It's just that I felt like there wasn't anyone doing what I was trying to do. So when I say that, now that I've grown into, like, my music is like across the world now,
Flex.
yeah, you know,
Big flex.
You know, it's like it's like I still want to be the person that, like, represents, like, people like me, because I feel like hip hop for a long time, aside from maybe Wu-Tang, Lupe Fiasco,
Ooh,
to
that's
save
my
a
guy
few,
right there.
you know what I mean? It's like there's not a lot of artists that, like, only, or at least at the certain level, you know what I mean? There's always been a cap, and it's still, like, there. It's just people growing more. So as time went on of my career, I met more people that done what I do.
Yeah. Because you
And
put yourself into spaces now.
yeah, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? You know, thank God for the internet. Like, if there's no
Yeah,
internet,
facts.
I think I'll be the only one. But with the internet, you see it, and it's like, word, now I got, like, a whole bunch of people that do the same as me, but it's like we all still do it differently.
That's
like,
fire. Like, it sounds like you found your tribe.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's up. As far as, like, do you consider yourself a nerd? Is that what this whole thing is about?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd. Like,
Yeah?
proud.
Why do you consider yourself a nerd?
Well, I have a high love for comic books, video games,
Okay.
anime.
That shit just sound like you in touch with your inner child, bro.
Yeah, well, you know, it's like, you know, all those things, like, because, you know, it's like, it's stuff that I like from my inner child, but it's like, as you grow up, you know,
These
they
aren't
ain't even childish, like, for real.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's what Sticky was saying. He was like, a lot of this shit ain't even for the kids at this point.
Nah.
It is for the adults that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that,
you know what I mean?
that's still tapped in.
And you know, and it's kind of like, as I grow up, you know, because I'm from Brooklyn, New York, you know, it's like,
Stuyvesant.
You know,
we talked about that before the camera
yeah.
turned on.
You know what I mean? I was, you know, in East New York, you know what I mean? I was the kid that had to be in the house, because, you know, people don't ever want to talk about it. They, like, make the joke about it. But it's like, yeah, a lot of parents didn't let some people go outside unless they was going straight to school or they had something after school.
Nah, my wife was like that. My mom, my wife's mom didn't play that shit.
Yeah.
Like, home and school.
Yeah, that's
but you rob your child of something.
Yeah, you know, and I made up with, you know, watching Toonami back on the day and Cartoon Network, and you know, my mom and dad was in the comic books. So my dad liked DC.
Okay.
So he was in the Batman heavy, and then my mom was in the Marvel. So, like,
I hear Batman is he works for the man, for the corporations.
He owns a corporation, like,
because he only goes out there and beats up petty criminals.
Yeah. Nah, he really did. If you look into like as you see, like I'm a real Batman fan.
For
It's
real,
like,
my man showed up in the hoodie.
for real, Batman is heavy, son. Like it's a lot with him. He's damaged. Like, but he's definitely damaged. But you know what I mean? It's like with that combined with the fact that like me and my older brother, he was outside and doing stuff, but we we watched Dragon Ball together. Like his favorite character is Vegeta, mine was Gohan. We played games all the time with my uncles and my cousins through time. So it's like it just kind of always been. When I got friends when I moved out here, it was like, oh, I found people that play games and all that, and we did that. So
that's what's up, bro.
Eventually, like I always wanted to rap. I didn't get the chance to until like I was 22. So when I finally got the opportunity to do that.
What do you mean you didn't have the chance to, the opportunity to? What do you mean by that?
So like back in Brooklyn, shout out to Mugga Beats.
Shout out.
Mugga Beats is my cousin, and my brothers and my uncle out in Brooklyn, they made a group called Hump Squad. It was an acronym. Don't ask me what that whole thing means now after all this time, but it was wild. It was the 2000s, you know what I mean?
It sounded like it.
Yeah.
Yo, we the Hump Squad.
Yeah, it's like, yo. But they were dope, It was like they were spitting, you know what I mean?
Right.
And there's Ty Brown, Bolos, my brother. At the time it was Bud, and my uncle was Meta Maestro. And,
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's like Bud's been around for a long time. Meta,
my uncle was a big underground New York hip hop fan.
Really?
So he be like listening to all type of shit. Getting his car, fucking X Clan is playing. Like,
nice.
Like
Yeah, like they've been around.
Yeah, like,
because they had like in their run. They even got on like cable television back in the day too, like rapping and freestyling at the CD shop, and that was like dope. But me, it was like I was too young to partake with them because I was like 10.
Yeah.
So I tried to rap, but like they were like 14. They didn't want to like babysit me and try to like teach me how to do it. So like there was times I would be in the studio and I would try to, but then it's like I would run out of time. Either I had to go to sleep to go to school, or
real child,
you know what I mean?
Shit.
Yeah. So it's like basically 22 was the time I got to be like I was on my own. So no one could tell me come home, and then let alone the way it happened was Bud hit me up and said, "Yo, what you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just chilling." "Yo, you trying to come through?" I'm like, "Yeah." I brought my Injustice fighting game, cause I was like fresh out at the time.
Okay.
And it was my boy, my cousin Bud and Double, and Double, Bud, and at the time his name is Tigger. Now he knows Lotto Lex. Shout out to you too.
Shout out.
They were known as the Hurt out here.
Okay.
HURT. They love acronyms now that I'm realizing. But basically,
said we want to make these niggas stink.
Yeah, and then we was playing, and I was beating ass. You know what I mean? So my cousin asked like, "Yo, what you want to do next?" And I'm like, "I want to make a song." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "I want to make a song."
That shit sounded like it was just sitting on your brain for a minute. And
yeah,
you just pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah, because it was like I was writing again. Like right before that, because I had like this overnight job at the Sands, at the food court. So like sometimes there'd be no customers, so I'd just be sitting there writing random bars randomly. So then when he finally like, "What you want to do?" I'm like, "I want to make a song," and then we made a song. My brother came through, our other cousin Ty came through, and we made this posse cut song with a hook. It was dope, and from there, that's where the spark came through, and I just kept making songs and
do you love the music, or is it something that you just enjoy doing?
I love it.
You love it.
It's an amazing thing. I wouldn't trade it, aside from my family and my kids. Like I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, because it's like I feel like it made me the man that I am. It made me stronger, and it made me happier.
That's fire.
I was kind of like, before that, I was kind of just going through the motions in life.
That's exactly what I was going to ask next, because like I know for myself, as a musician or just a creator, just in general, whenever I'm not doing those things, I'm starting to like live in my head essentially, and then I'm my own worst enemy.
That's a fact. Yeah, like I literally get anxiety if I don't like create or do something in a certain amount of time. If I feel like I'm not moving towards the goal
not being productive,
it really pushes me in a really like bad space, and then it's like I gotta like knock myself out of it by listening to the songs I've created, because like it's like I did like a what is it, like a fail safe sometimes. I made certain songs that like it's for everybody, but it's also
it's
for me
you
to listen to
Yeah,
remember. Hey,
yeah.
yo, listen, dog.
You,
You got
ever,
it.
You ever go back and listen to older songs and feel like you talking to yourself for now?
Yeah.
Where he's just like, yo, this shit sounds so ahead of its time, even though it's 8 years old, 9
No,
years old.
actually, yeah. It's like certain songs where I'm talking to me, certain songs where I'm speaking on something that I didn't even like. I didn't know the gravity of how big it was going to be. And so now it's like, oh, snap, this is crazy. Like, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
That shit get heavy quick.
yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? It's sometimes like I made songs in the past where it's about past situations that I'm no longer in. And I sit there and like dwell on the time, like, damn, son, like I was really I was really in love in this situation. Oh, I was really pissed off. I was really mad.
It's like an outlet for you to reflect on your past experiences and what you've actually been through, the growth process.
Yeah, and it makes me happy too because it's like, you know, to have those experiences and to be able to like to have been able to like vocalize them in a way that people can like enjoy and also like
Just
understand and resonate with too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just being able to give it out and give some context to it. And like you said, it might be there to help people along the way. You might have been writing it just to get it out, but you know what I'm saying? Somebody, that shit might actually be influential.
Yeah, that actually happened. It was like I was going through a breakup like years ago because, you know, I've been with my girl for a while. But
He said
hey,
he
honey.
had to clarify that.
Yeah, nah, facts. It's crazy. Yeah. Yo, but it's like, you know, I was going through a breakup and I was after the super depressed phase of losing it. But it was still lingering, right? So like I'm chilling with my boy. We're watching like YouTube because Injustice 2 was coming out, and I'm playing beats on SoundCloud, right? And I know a high abundance of producers because of the internet and the communities that I've been with and a part of. So basically I'm listening to one, his name's Just X, and makes some dope beats. And then it's just playing through. I'm like, yo, this is dope word. We just vibing. And then I hear the beat and everything stopped. I was like,
this is the one.
I wasn't even trying to write at the moment, but it was just like, I gotta let it go. And I was like, whoa. I'm like, yo, I was like, yo, but dude, let me record. He's like, I already know. Because they already got the vibe already. And they're like, yo, when you're in that, they see the stare. It's like, yo, you already got a hook.
It's the feeling that comes along with it.
Yeah, you know. And then, you know, I recorded it, you know, got it mixed, and then I put it out, and people heard it. My coworkers heard it. One of my coworkers, I still remember to this day, he came up to me like, yo, man, I'm mad at you, bro. I mean, what did I do? It's Monday. I don't know what I did. I just got here. He's like, yo, man, that song, son, it reminded me of my old relationship, bro. It almost had me crying. I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you listen to my shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, like this one was crazy. So then I did the video. I did a video with Sticky Money.
Shout out.
And you know, we did it in my house. Like it was my parents' house at the time, but it's my house now. But we did it at my house, and it was like we took shots in the living room. I had the table, and it's like I'm writing a note as I'm rapping, and then other shots in the background. I'm smoking a cigarette, which a lot of people realized at the time, like, oh wait, you smoke cigs? I'm like, you okay? Yeah, that's what you got out of this.
That's it. That's what you expected.
But you know what I mean? It's like stuff like that. It's like I've realized certain things I've said, certain songs I made. When people like get to listen in and hear what I do, it resonates, you know, because like, despite me being a nerd, despite me being a black man and anything, we all have like denominators that connect us together.
Yeah,
we're all still human, so
we all go through shit that resonates with each other.
Yeah, and everybody goes through emotions, like
Right.
literally. So it's like when I'm in that bag, whether it's anger, is love, is sadness, is whatever, and I'm tapping in that energy, where regardless of whatever song I'm making,
that's where it's
people
pouring
like
out.
it.
Yeah, and that's always been the biggest thing for me is like, does the music also tell you something? Like the party tracks are cool,
yeah,
you know, but I want something that like the most impactful music touches your soul.
Yeah, you need.
You know what
substance.
I'm saying? You need substance.
It's like with hip hop now. You know, obviously it's always been commercialized. That's how it got big.
Yeah,
but it's like the balance of it went out of whack, where I feel like people got into control of
What gets pushed?
what's get pushed out and what's popular is what made hip hop into the state that it is now. Like last year was good because women finally got to be exposed.
There was a lot of women
But-
that blew up last year.
Yeah, and it's dope. But then it's also like, damn, so we only get to see this type, even though we know there's women that like it's like cool. We can like I personally not fond of it, but like everyone could like the Sexy Reds and the Lotto. I like Lotto. She's dope. But we
Chain
can't-
around my neck so heavy.
Yeah,
That's my shit.
it's like, but we can't get the Rhapsodies. We can't get the like,
something with some substance.
yeah, you know me, or the Lady Londons can't.
The one
like-
thing I will say to combat that is, I would say the most popular artists in hip hop are people that make music with substance.
Yeah,
Because you think about like if you probably had to put number one rapper right now, you probably say like a Cole. Cole raps with substance.
It's either Cole or Drake.
Drake,
and
you
it's
might
like
put
that's
Kendrick there.
and that's the balance of it. It's
Yeah.
like because like they come with substance, but when you think about it, it's like yeah, but you can only play their songs like so many times, at least on the radio side of
Yeah,
it, right?
I
For
agree.
people that listen to the radio and the playlist, which is controlled, at some point, someone is picking these songs to be played, whether they get paid or not, whatever. That's not me. It's more in the sense of like, Cole is gonna get played less than Drake, even though everyone could say, yo, we love Cole, we love Cole. They're still gonna pick the party tracks that Drake puts out. Even if
Because
Drake put out a
it fits-
conscious type track.
It fits the mold.
Yeah, it's like the reason, like, because someone asked this, like, how come Drake never made like a conscious track talking about what's going on? It's like he mentioned it on 9 p.m. in New York, and it was real brief. But it's like the reason why he probably can't do that is because he also knows they're not gonna put that. Even if he made the perfect, it's a party track feel, bars, every criteria you want. He has shown the capability of doing all of it at once, and it's
got
still not gonna get pushed because at the point when he brings it out there, it's not his control no more.
Yeah.
And then when he gets his platform, then he puts those things out. That's why like there's less Kendricks and J. Cole's than there are people that try to. There's even less Drakes because Drake is just a genius at this point of what he does.
Yeah.
But a lot of people now, outside of that three, outside of Meek Mill, Wale, Big Sean, and all them, and R.P. to Mac Miller too, it's like, or the Wiz Khalifa's, there's almost no more of those because a lot of people that go into rap don't care about the subject. They want to be popular. They want to be
famous. Yeah.
So they make the same thing that they hear because it's easier for them. So it's cookie cutter.
That's it seems like that's the battle today when you think about hip hop music and just black music in general. It's, do we want to be impactful or do we want to be famous?
Yeah.
And people have to make that decision very early on. And we'll go back to like how the women kind of blew up over the past year, especially in hip hop, and what is being pushed. Now, it's not something that is foreign, because you think about like artists that came before Sexy Red, and you're gonna Foxy Brown and Nicki
Regina.
Minaj, you know what I'm saying, Eve, whatever
Yeah.
the case may be. These are women that also has sex appeal. It might not be as raunchy, but they'll let you know.
I think it's actually the same. It's just that the bars was I could say the old school
They had a
female class
a
like
finesse about giving you what they was trying to convey.
yeah, because it's like because they in that era they all grew up under the pretense because like hip hop back in the day was more like
I love
heavy
hip hop
on
conversations.
me too.
I
Joe.
love hip
swear
hop
to God.
conversations.
It's like hip hop back in the day was more on bars and delivery and the technique. So, like you can make a dope song, but you could also have bars in it because the fan base wasn't telling nobody, "Hey, yo, man, this is too much." It was like, "No, this is dope."
Yeah.
And anyone that was doing any better was getting more love. Like Snow the Product. Like she's someone that's like very skilled in her MCing, and at the time that she came out, a lot of people liked her because her style emulated close to like you would group her with Tech Nine and Eminem and Twista and because of
Okay.
her speed
Yeah.
and her technicality of what
Oh,
she
you
did.
talking about short Puerto Rican girl? Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember Snow the Product.
Yeah,
I haven't heard about her in a minute.
Yeah,
she was out with like the Hobson era and everything.
but she worked a lot with I don't even listen to Tech Nine like that crazy, but I know she's done songs with him. and other people in that realm.
That was her ilk, like that, like
Yeah.
whole Dizzy Wright, all like
Yeah.
you know the backpackers of hip hop essentially.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And then even in that, it's like backpackers back in the day. That phrase used to mean like, yo, you really cared about what you were saying and how you were saying it and the skill level. You weren't too worried about getting the radio play of it. And then eventually it just like, I can't say black culture, I say like in regular culture in this aspect of at a certain point, people made being smart, working hard like a negative connotation. Like, oh, you a try hard. So when it came to rap, when people hear M nowadays, there's a lot more people saying, "Oh well, nah," but they ain't a vibe though. And it's like it is a vibe. It's just not your vibe. It's a different vibe. You feel me?
That's a very valid point.
Yeah, and when all that happens, you know, there's more opening. Even though there's nothing wrong with it, because people should be able to express themselves through their art.
Yeah.
It's just that what gets pushed is niggas rapping like they sound like Batman on the mic all day, talking about shooting and killing all
Spinning
the
blocks
time,
and spinning
every
blocks.
day. And then we look at the kids that start to do it, and we're like, why are they rapping like that? Because that's all they hear.
So this is a great segue into who are your musical influences? Why are they your musical influences? Because we see that a lot now. We see the kids, like my little brother is kind of involved in the music scene, and he's been like connected with some of these more famous younger kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them based out of New York. And I don't remember the kid's name, but he was like 14 years old, but he was a drill rapper. Ultimately, whoever he was talking about, you know, they pulled up and they ended up murdering the kid, right? At 14 years old. So we see somebody with a lot of promise, but he gets caught up in a culture, and ultimately this is the only culture in music in total, like all of music, where we like our artists kill each other, or people are killing our artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Based off of their music. So like your influences, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't make that type of music.
My influences, off top, my brothers in them that was in Home Squad, they were my first influence, because they were the first time I'm hearing
music,
rap,
yeah,
and seeing how it's created and how much fun it is, even though they were rapping about different stuff that I rap about.
But
you know
being
what I mean?
part of the creative process.
That. Yeah. And then, you know, as, you know, Wu-Tang, because seeing, you know, listening to 9 members of all different styles rapping about something, and then as you grow up and you're listening to them, I still listen to them, it's like they were religious rappers for real. There's a lot of people don't even like connect that, like they were like 5%ers, like, but they're all rapping like the mathematics and stuff. But
RZA was definitely on that shit.
Yeah, but it's like all the low key. It's like all of them at some point was doing it for like 2 albums straight.
Did you watch their show, the Wu-Tang Saga? I didn't finish it yet.
I like it a lot. It got a lot better with the next seasons. Like the first season was like, I was liking it.
It was kind of setting the scene. It took a while to develop.
Yeah, it took a while to develop, but like as it gets to like the newer seasons or the later seasons, it was very good. And plus, it's like you could connect. Like at a certain point, you could connect certain events because, you know, like I don't know how old you exactly are.
28.
Oh, okay. So
what about you?
I'm 33.
Okay.
So like I can remember when, you know,
when
like
Cream hit the radio.
Yeah, when Cream hit and my parents isn't playing it, and then them being signed and them being like, you hear about certain situations that happen.
Yeah, ODB.
So you get more into it in the sense of like, oh, this is why.
Yeah.
This is why his name is Method Man. Oh, this is why he goes by RZA instead of Prince Rakeem. This is how the group got set up. Okay.
Yeah. Add an insight.
Yeah, you know, you get more insight into it. So like anyone that's a fan of the Wu-Tang Clan in any capacity is going to love the show because you get Easter eggs of stuff that they do, stuff that they talk about. So like for one instance, RZA's brother's Divine, he becomes their manager,
yeah,
right? So when you listen to like Ghostface album beforehand, you might not know that about Divine and Power. You might know about Power maybe, but like you don't know about them two. But they get referenced in the album, and you're like, what the fuck are they talking about? So then when you're hearing it, it's like, oh,
now it's context.
That's why he
said.
That's why he said it at this time. Oh, oh, because he wasn't. Oh, okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then you get more context. And then there's Lupe Fiasco,
Ooh, that's my guy.
Royce the 5'9",
I fuck with Royce.
Busta Rhymes, Jay-Z,
Jay.
like easily, and that's just off top.
Lupe is probably one of the biggest reasons I started rapping too.
Yeah, Lupe's amazing.
Oh my god,
he's a god for real.
Food and Liquor, the Cool, I played the fucking Cool out. Literally, the songs wouldn't play anymore on my MP3. Like,
yo, I had the CD. Yo, I was in high school bumping it. I'm just like,
he's so ahead of his time, bro.
Yeah, it's like he's one of the artists that like you see a good example. Like he's so intelligent and introspective and dope at what he did. And the industry, like, they did what they did, and now it's like he's still around, but it's like you think in the back of your head. To me, he was the Kendrick of his time, but
I get that
he just didn't get to. He didn't have the. I feel like Kendrick had TDE, and that made a big role of him getting the success while still being able to create how he wanted to create.
Mm-hmm.
As to where Lupe was getting stopped. And too much friction.
Yeah, you think about songs that like made it big. I mean, you got like a Kick Push, like that was a good record, but that's not what he was necessarily about.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
You
listen to like Lasers or something like that. Like you'll truly get some introspection to who he is. And
he had to basically get that hack for them to get it back.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like even then it's like he was talking about some shit that he really
calm down.
he had to like talk to shit that he had to feel, but it wasn't resonated to everybody on the radio side, so that's like it started like drowning out. So then when he's making more music, people just thinking he's falling off, but it's like no, he never fell off. It just the label situation was the label situation.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like there's
it's
a lot
ugly.
of because like thank God, like honestly, thank God for Spotify. There's a lot of people that you might have heard on features that you really like but didn't know their name. Or it wasn't credited right,
Yeah.
so now you can find them and listen to them. And
Right.
now you see, oh, this song was bopping. It just didn't get played enough because the other artist was getting played more. So now we have our own. Everyone has their own playlist to make and listen to. Everyone gets a chance.
Do you like the new form of selling music as far as like digitally?
On a customer level, hell yeah, I like paying $10 a month to listen to music. On an artist level, you need to pay me more. You should pay everybody more.
Pay the artist.
Getting like it's not even cents to a dollar. It's
like a fraction of
a cent per play.
For the streams.
Now I can say this is coming from an artist that does get some money from the amount of streams, but when I think about the math that's happening, I kind of like not get frustrated, but be like, damn, son, I'd probably be okay. Like, I probably wouldn't even have to work already because of the amount of streams and stuff that I've accumulated. Because, you see the year-end stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this is my streams.
The year wrap-up shit.
Yeah. And personally, it's like, damn, son, like, I was playing in how many countries? I was, like, K? What? There's a K next to that? I've been in this many cities playing. This many streams in a whole year, and only made this. I guess
the math ain't mathing.
Yeah, and it's like, and then every time like sometimes it's like there's different situations because like this happens to these other artists, and it's like no, they probably get paid a little bit more because they bring people to the platform to be played, and I understand the supply and demand, but it's also like with streaming is like like they raised it up a few times already with the pay, but it's still like. You should have already had it.
It's still not.
It's not
equating to what it should equate to.
Yeah, because like people getting like if you get 1 million streams, you get $4,000. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like regardless of like you shouldn't get $1 a stream. That's insane too.
The real question is where's the rest of that money going?
Well, from inside information that I gotten of people that know what's going on, it's like from what I heard, it's like it's actually the money is finite because of the fact of we went from people buying albums for $10 to $20 to people paying an album a month.
Just
that's
to
one
listen.
album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To listen to a high abundance of music. It's like I don't think there's that much money for every like there's a lot of rappers that come out every single day now.
Yeah.
It's not like before where if you wanted to rap, you get that blue mic. You know what I mean? You get your interface and you get it from the ground up, and you really want to do it, and you cut your own CDs and you get it out the trunk of your car, your backpack. You know what I mean? It's like it's not those days no more. It's really easy for someone to someone could fart on the mic and put it on SoundCloud. You know what I mean? So like, it's like, does every artist need to get paid? No, but the regulation of that, I could see it might be a little bit too difficult to even have that play out, because every artist is going to want to get paid. And now, like, even though Spotify is working it,
I think if you got the fan base and the numbers,
it should be that.
Then you should be getting something.
Yeah.
You know who Lil Russell is?
Yeah.
So he was doing this interview a couple months back, and they were asking him, like, how do you make money from music? And he's like, every artist, every time you file a song and you like register a song wherever you register it with, he's like, you should be getting paid from 5 different places. He's like, you should be getting paid from where you upload the song through, the platforms that it's on, do that. He was like Song Trust. He named like a couple platforms.
Like Song Trust.
And he's
Sound Exchange too.
Yeah.
Because I've been following him and hearing that. I'm learning how to do that the proper way. That way I can get all the music that I've done. Because I didn't get to learn that, because like I have to like sit down and go through that physically to know how to do it.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot like how when you're dealing with lawyers, it's tricky on purpose.
Yeah.
Just so they can take what they want
while
they can.
Yeah, because if it was like easy for everybody to do that, then everyone would be doing it.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't. The people that
there would be no music business.
Like their music business, it would. It's just that they wouldn't be rich.
This structure,
it wouldn't be billionaires.
I think that's the best part of the way music is not only created but also how it's pushed today.
Yeah.
Is that it puts the artist and his team or whoever is on that team. It puts them right in the driver's seat of being able to get the music to the people. So it's like direct to consumer, opposed to where like you can have 30,000 fans on your Instagram, and 15 of them could be loyalists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They could buy merch, they can buy music, and you could live a pretty damn good life.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying, you continue to make quality music. And you don't need no label. You don't need, all these other things that you would have needed back in the day. You don't need radio play and things like that.
Exactly. So. You can, like me, like personally, like there's been times, like, at least on a local standpoint, I like any other artist that might know me or see this, yo, what's up to y'all?
Shout out.
You know me. Sticky can back that up too. It's like I always was very hinged on, yo, I'm dope. I know what I'm a gamer, not a gangster, but I can rap. I really could do this. You know what I mean? Like I pulled up to ciphers and rapped, and I was wearing a Goku shirt and a Deathstroke hat. You feel me? I did the shows and performed for 15 minutes to a half hour to an hour. I put up footage of me doing the shows and being on the mini tours and that I got together on my own. You know what I mean? I went to other states and did this very same thing while repping the area, saying, I'm from Bethlehem, because anyone outside of ABE
don't really know.
Oh, you from Philly?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Or I get the. Oh, you from Brooklyn? No, it's like, no, I lived in Brooklyn. I live in PA now. It's like, oh, so you in Philly? Nah, I'm in Bethlehem, but okay.
It's either Pittsburgh or it's
Philly.
Yeah,
it's like, you know what I mean? But it's like I always made sure like I represented where I'm from. I never hid where I was from. And when it came to like those discussions of either people will try to leave me out of it or they will try to like undercut it, where because I rap about nerdy things, I'm not mainstream enough to be in a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be like, nah, you can't. I'm like, you can't do that no more, because first off, like, there's only a handful of people, and literally like maybe less than these digits that I have in my hand, that do what I do. And then it's like, if I really
do it as well.
Yeah, and do it as well, really. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's very different. And at this point, since, it's kind of like, in a grand scheme of thing, can it grow? Of course, and I'm going to make it grow. But at the current station of where I'm at, I can't act like, oh, this is little no more. Yeah. Like you can't come up and tell me, yo, how's your little music going? Oh, I got paid $300 to do a show and they pay for my hotel. That's not little.
That's not little at all. There's people that have been in it 15 years
and don't get that,
and don't make a dime from it, and
exactly.
have never gotten opportunities like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like last year, And if people call it a flex when they see it, it is what it is. Cause like
Flex.
I've dealt with people that got upset with me where I would just be saying thank you to everybody for even having the opportunity to like my stuff.
Motherfuckers always find a reason to be angry.
Exactly, and really it's just them projecting because of the fact being that they're not doing.
They're not satisfied in
like,
their life.
Like that's why when you was telling me, it was like, yo, at least you started, at least you tried it, because a lot of people like to be upset and complain. And they don't do anything. They don't get up. They'll sit on their couch and watch, click the TV or whatever, and be like, "Man, that's bullshit. This is whack." But they don't do nothing to change it.
Right.
And like, if you want change, you gotta be the change for real. I got that from my homie IQ. So.
I think some people are truly afraid of what their lives will look like if they made the changes.
Or if they tried. It'll be difficult because they know it's difficult.
It's hard.
It's easy to talk shit on somebody that doesn't have it all the way there, but at least he's trying. It's easy to make fun of him instead of you trying to do something or work with that person and you realize you can't even do what they're doing at all.
I remember I seen this one ASAP video. He's like, we're clowning people for trying.
Yo.
He's like, for trying. He's like, if you're not trying, you're a fucking loser. And that shit lives rent free in my head.
It's kind of facts.
True.
It's facts.
It's true. You can't demonize people for trying and coming up short when you ain't even put your best foot out there.
That's like being at a basketball game and you're clowning people that like, oh, he missed his shots, haha. I'm like, but he's on a team.
Yeah, facts.
Like, he's on a team.
Facts.
You're sitting at a bench.
You came here to watch him.
Yeah, you're paying to watch him. He's getting paid still. Like, how does that work? You know what I mean? And for me, it's like I've always because I'm competitive in mind, but I'm not toxic with it. But it's like
that's part of hip hop.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm like, yo, don't try to undercut my skill level of lyricism, my songwriting, my creativity, of me making songs about these things that I love. Like, I made some bops about Batman. I made some bops about Dragon Ball. I made a lot of things.
If you never heard the music, go check out the music.
For
because
real.
when you hit me up and you're like, I rap, and I'm like, honestly, the first thing that went through my head was like, another rapper.
I know.
And then you was like, and then you sent me the link, and then I start seeing all these fucking like fictional
covers?
characters. Yeah, the characters, you know what I'm saying? The superheroes. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm listening, I'm like, oh, he's nice.
Yeah.
He's nice. He can actually rap. And I'm hearing you like naming characters and shit. And I'm like, this is different. I'm like, this is somebody I want up there because you are living testimony that you do not have to follow what is popular to get notoriety, to build a lane for yourself, to be passionate about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do all those things and sound totally different, and everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Because like I was just like, I was talking to other artists on Facebook about it. Like, I made a post because I was like saying like the best people of the artist. That's my phone. My bad.
No, you
the best people of the Valley aren't going to be the ones that has to beg for validation. They're going to be able to move around and do whatever they got to do, and their music is going to speak for themselves because good music lasts.
Yes.
Like, there's people that still listen to Biggie Smalls, and it's been like how many years? You know what I mean?
I think almost 30 years.
I think it is. I think actually,
wasn't it? He died 1994 or 5?
No, he died in 96.
Oh yeah, that was Tupac that died.
Tupac died in 97. I think Tupac. Yeah, no, Tupac died.
He died
first. So Tupac died probably 96, and Biggie died 97.
Okay.
And they just found a murderer for Tupac. So it's like now.
My man told on himself on Vlad TV.
A lot too. That's crazy. It's like years of him saying, "Yeah, I did it." Yeah. Puffy did it.
And
Puffy paid me.
And he wrote a book.
Yeah. whole book, sold it.
Listen,
How I Killed Tupac.
Listen, if y'all doing things y'all not supposed to be doing, do not tell on yourself.
That ass.
I mean, unless you're looking for somebody to like basically forgive you or tell you that it's okay to forgive yourself, that's one thing. But
yeah, you
like,
gotta go up to him privately,
there,
like, yo, I made a mistake.
Yeah,
but you're not trying to find penance.
He was on a press tour.
Yeah, about murdering one of the most influential
artists of ever.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's insane, and that's the thing. Like, clout, like that plays a big part of it too. It's like a lot of people do shit for clout. They do stuff that back in the day we look at it and be like, yo, that's
unacceptable.
Corny.
Yeah,
and it's like, why? Oh, because I got some likes, and it's like, all right, well, what does that likes do for you?
What do you ever feel like like you have to as an artist that you have to make music for a specific crowd, or literally do you just create what you want to create? Because I mean the goal is to be known and to be able to live off of your creativity, but that also requires you to broaden your base. Like when people talk about, is Drake one of the greatest rappers ever, a lot of people like he's a pop artist, but if you ask Drake, he's like
he's a rap
I'm
artist.
I'm an artist. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like my base reaches so broad. Like I can go to any country in the world and these people are going to sing my songs, whether it's the pop music, whether it's 5 a.m. in Toronto. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's like for me, like now I can say I have a base. But I always try to experiment. I don't, how can I say it? I don't sit with them where I see people say pop artists and then hip hop artists, and where I don't see pop artists being bigger than hip hop artists. I personally feel like hip hop has been the biggest genre for the last couple of years.
I think it's definitely the most popularized and most pushed genre of music.
And
however, I don't think it's
I think it's like
I think it's less listened to than pop music though. And that's because
like everyone listens to pop music. But I feel
yeah,
like
that's because that's the radio.
But it's like
that's radio.
But at the same time it's like, people say pop music is listened more, and me it's like, all right, then how come every time hip hop takes a dip, like last year, they're like, oh, this is the lowest, like we never hear that on pop, even when it is like that, where all the music on the charts is hip hop. Yeah,
hip hop's way more. Hip hop is the most impactful brand of music ever
in the world.
It's literally impacted every single genre, whether it's rock, country, Spanish, fucking. You even see it in with like
Korea.
Yeah, that's
they be wildin'.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Doing trap beats. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'd be like, wow.
You got British people
drill
rapping.
Too, yo. It's wild, bro.
British drill rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Well, I think they had that first. It's just like the British or English people, whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean? They had grime and they had drill and they had grime, and then they had it for a while, and then Chicago started doing it, and then New York got it right now, where a lot of New York artists are doing it, and it's kind of like after Pop Smoke, it was Dunzo in New York. It was like R.I.P. to him, but
yeah,
R.I.P.
Like, Pop, man. Hip hop. If you part of the hip hop culture or you support hip hop, you know what I mean. We gotta, just as much as we push the shit that incites violence and drug usage and disrespecting our women and things like that, we also got to be supportive of the people that are pushing messages of positivity, because that's what hip hop ultimately was based on. We get into the part where we beef because it's competition.
Yeah.
But to be competitive, we don't have to lose our artists.
No.
We don't have to do that.
That's the whole thing of like you don't look at football. You don't see two people play 1-on-1 in a court and then someone shoots each other. Like, you're insane if you do that, right?
Yeah, this ain't above the rim,
like,
bro.
Oh, yeah, word. Like, yo, get the duffel bag with the gun in it.
Yeah,
yo.
Birdie was wildin'.
Yo, it is like, yo, it's like when stuff like that happens, it's like we be like, oh man, it's unfortunate, but then it's like, all right, but then we still push it.
Yeah, we're condoning this shit.
Because it's one thing of someone rapping about it, they're gonna rap about it. But it's one thing to rap about it. You know they're not gonna think it's wrong when they get 1 million views for rapping about it. They're gonna continue, and that's also with the competitive and beef. Like we don't even have competitive beef no more, where
it's just sport. It's just
a sport. Like it's not like like me personally. Like I had a little situation. I ain't gonna go into it crazy, but like
my man had a rap beef.
Nah, it would have even that. It would have been a slaughter. But like for real, it's like niggas know. But it's like basically, it was more obvious that the things that were getting done to antagonize me and my party of people was for clout and for a look, and not because of where I'm at. Oh, I'm so big. No, it's more in the sense of like, oh well, if I make these engaging posts and I get paid off these engaging posts, then I'm winning. But it's like, all right, but like I know people that actually get money off of these engaging posts, and I know how much you need of engagement to get paid a cent. And what a lot of people try to do is they get the validation off of a like. Like, you ever seen those posts where someone says, "Yo, man, someone liked my status and I'll cheat on my girl," and then the nigga likes your status, and it's mad funny.
Or
But
he
it's
like
like
his own status.
yeah, it's like for that it'd be funny because the dude's like, all right, that's funny, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like people literally do
Live
stuff
like
like
that,
that
yeah.
because they're addicted to attention,
Mm-hmm.
and now they think they could get paid off attention. If not, make believe they get paid off of attention. Because we know a lot of people that go broke trying to make it seem like they're rich and they're
Yeah.
not. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like when it comes to like, hey, yo, I think I'm better than you. And it's like, all right, let's go. All right, I'm going to just talk all this shit before we do that. Yo, my song's done. My song, what's up? I'm dropping it on SoundCloud. Why is it on DSPs? I don't need it to be. I thought we was competing.
Yeah.
Why don't we do a song together? Let me go buy the beat. What are you talking about? Like it's
It's
like,
a whole lot of excuses.
yeah, it's a lot of chit chatter.
And
then
there's a big lack of integrity too, which
Yes.
is why people move the way they move.
And I think that's an issue. That's a huge issue in hip hop where, like, back in the day, bro, if you was not good, like if you was a level 2, and you wouldn't dream of trying to talk shit to somebody that's a level 10 or a level 100 on their joint. You know what I mean? You got
stay in your lane.
Yeah, stay in your lane and develop. But
Yes.
nowadays, because it's you getting the likes and the views, even if you lose, they don't care. There's no shame in it. They don't
Yeah.
feel like I've literally felt anguish in my life when I didn't do a good freestyle in them ciphers that used to be on the corner after high school. I used to feel away because it was like, yo, I'm kind of embarrassed.
This
I
is
didn't
what
do good
this is
as I
what I'm supposed to. Yeah.
This is what I like to do. And this was before I was rapping. It was just like for fun. It wasn't like my career thing. But I was like, damn, I look crazy. I said scoop and dupe and what? Like what? But then that what makes like the cloth of like greatness is, what do you do in that moment of shame? Do you let it drown, or do you get back up and do better the next time? So
Yeah.
when you come back and you spend a block on that, you go crazy. So now we have a lot of artists that don't get that shame, so they don't get that moment of anguish, of embarrassment.
It's that come to Jesus moment of
Yeah.
defining who they're actually gonna be artistically.
Exactly. Are you
Yeah.
really in for the long haul, or are you just doing this for your coworkers and your high school friends alike? You know what I mean?
Facts.
And that makes it a big difference. Because I honestly, like, I'm always going to commend people that have performed, because I know that striking fear.
That shit.
It's
If
crazy.
you've never done it, it gives
it's
you an
different.
incredible amount of anxiety, because
Yeah.
there's a million things that can go wrong when you only want one thing to go right, which is just to
Exactly.
do well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like rap. Imagine rapping in front of people, like you in a different state and you rapping in front of people that don't even know who you are.
Don't know what you
because,
sound
you know what I'm
like.
saying? You sound like they
Yeah.
looking at you like,
Come on, nigga.
waiting for you to suck, like, and then you gotta go in. You gotta go
Yeah.
ham regardless. And then
Yeah.
when you do, then they rock with you. They love you. They buy your merch. They get your information, and then that's how you grow the base. But a lot of people don't even do that because they scared. Honestly, to be honest, a lot of people be like, I don't need to do that. And it's like, no, you know as well as I do. You feel like you don't have the base, and you don't believe in yourself enough to try.
That's also, we'll cycle back to social media, where it gives these people these false like ideas about themselves and how far they can actually go, despite having to do a lot of the necessary groundwork. I seen a post earlier, and you were talking about there's no such thing as bad press.
Yeah. Oh, my dear rappers.
Yeah. So I really like those videos. I watched 3 of them, but this was the one that, cause I say that all the time. I'm like, there's no such thing as bad press, because I say that to say it can start out, why you're the focal point could start out with a negative connotation, but it could be spun if you know how to spin it. I got an example. So the other day, we had somebody come into our daycare. They enrolled, and they weren't upfront with us about some of the things that we asked them to be upfront about. So after a day, their family was no longer welcome in our center, because honesty is something that we need to be open and honest with each other. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're able to serve you in all the ways. That's like going to the doctors, and your doctor say, do you smoke? And you say no, but you smoke every single day. How are they actually going to help you if you're not being truthful with them. So it ended after a day. Then a couple days later, we get on Facebook and we're part of a bash fest. Oh, they did this, they did that, they didn't do this. Don't take your kids there. And we're
Oh.
like, okay, well, and then we get on. We're on the verge of getting on, and then people start to come to our aid, and they're like, "No, my kids go here. You know, this is an excellent place. My kids are safe. They love it." And ultimately, then we get on and we say, "Listen, you bring your family, and you see for yourself. You don't base your opinions off of their opinions." And 2 days later, they enrolled their kids with us, despite being on a thread where it was a bash fest. So that's an example of
Of that, like,
yeah,
so,
bad press.
So in that scenario, I'm happy that actually happened. In the sense of like it got flipped in a way it did. What the Dear Rapper, when I was talking about, I was saying I don't resonate with that statement of there's no such thing as bad press, because in the video I said like, all right, so let me just use quick examples. Amber Heard, Jonathan Majors,
Yeah, I only know
P.
Amber
Diddy.
Heard.
Yeah,
Diddy.
right. But like Diddy, so it's like there's certain things where if someone's trying to bash you, because like this is what it is, right? Because we can resonate what your service does with the product, right? You have an amazing product. So if someone tries to bash your amazing product, you didn't even have to say nothing. Anyone that enjoys your product and your service already came up and said, "No, that cap, it's cap," automatically, right?
Right.
So what I was saying with that bad press is it like all, because my Dear Rappers is to the like hip hop and rap, right? There's a lot
Okay,
of
so we're speaking.
I was speaking
to,
plainly.
Okay,
you know
okay,
what I mean?
okay.
Because that's why like I do the Dear Rappers to speak only to them.
To
Because
rappers.
if I
Okay.
try to speak on anything else and I don't have the experience for it, it looks crazy. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about stuff that firefighters go through and I ain't never put out a fire. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like in that regard, I was talking about the fact that there's artists that try to cause drama and beef and issues, arguing back and forth. I'm better than you, trying to antagonize other artists so they can get engagement back. Because let's say like on Twitter, let's say somebody pisses off Drake and he comments back. The reason why he don't do that is because he knows, and anybody else that has a big following on Twitter, if a big person comments on someone that doesn't have the same amount of looks,
It looks like they're punching down.
No, well, not only that, they algorithmically their posts would start getting engagement because of the fact being that it looks like they communicate. Because on a computer, they don't know that they don't like each other. They just know that this big thing like this thing. So now all the people that look at that funnel into what's
going on over here. Yeah.
And for a few days, that person starts getting a look, and that's what a lot of people do. They start making issues with people that might be bigger than them in the sense of like notoriety. So then when the person finally has a breaking point and either disses them back or comments back or goes back and forth, everyone sees it. Actually, I had literally the thing I'm talking about, I had a whole back and forth with dude, right? Because he said something that triggered me, to be fair. And he was like, he says, "Oh, I'm trying to be a troll," but then he also like, "Oh, but you did this," and I'm like, "All right, cool."
We don't deal with trolls.
Yeah, it's corny.
We don't deal with trolls.
But like, me and him going back and forth. Well, I was really going in because I could type really fast, so it was like
my man, Twitter
blindside.
His
No, I was
fingers
tight.
on point.
I was on Facebook. You know what I mean? Because it was like. It's like I don't fight every fight anymore, obviously.
Yeah, you gotta pick them.
Yeah, but for me, it was like you don't tell me I'm not doing anything relevant, and you came to me to perform at my shows before prior. You know what I mean?
Macking.
Don't do that. Don't call me relevance,
yeah.
and you hit me up saying, "Yo, man, I'm listening to your album." Don't do that. Like, don't play with me because
we got receipts.
I got the receipts, and at the same time, it's like, yo, like. Don't talk to me about relevancy when you got 11 monthly listeners. I got 1,500. Like, it's a different conversation right now. You feel me?
Different level.
And I usually don't even like talk like that, but it's like I'm not the type, like a gamer, not a gangster. Also, like mental. Like if I'm in a situation and I'm going back and forth with a person, if the narrative is strictly about the bars and who does better or who makes better songs, I'm going to go with that narrative. But if it's outside of narrative and it's like, oh, free for all, I already know that you're going to use your numbers because if you had a bigger station a bigger amount of platform than I did, you would use that already.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like, all right, I'm gonna hit you with that first. Then it's like, I got more numbers than you. I do more shows than you. I rap better than you.
That's it. Sound like that one rap battle. It's
Yeah.
like my bitch better than yours. I
Yeah,
dress
all
better.
that.
I walk better. I
Like,
talk
well,
better.
I talk better than
Yeah.
you. And it's like, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's fact because, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's like some people be seeing that type of talk because a lot of people started seeing the back and forth to the point that people were hitting me like, yo, man, what you doing is funny. And I'm over here like, oh, I didn't know you seen that.
Yeah.
Where are you guys at when I drop
Yeah.
music? But not like in a sense of I need it, but just like, damn, y'all don't even.
Y'all pay attention to this bullshit,
Yeah.
but I'm over here talking with substance.
Which goes back to when I'm talking about substance and I'm bringing out a product and I'm working, there's only a few that say things and talk. But then when it's some drama-ish, that's
everybody
everyone's in it.
rubbernecking.
Everyone
Yeah,
sees it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And they be like, yo, what's going on? And
Everybody.
it's like,
Somebody said to me, it was a teacher I had. He was like, everybody loves a car crash. Straight
facts.
like that.
You hear a car crash, you run
Yeah.
into the window. Yo, what happened?
You driving on 22 and somebody crashing the opposing lane.
You looking.
Both ways are on traffic.
Yo,
Simply because motherfuckers cannot mind their business.
they gonna look. They gonna
Yeah.
see, yo, how bad the car?
How,
Are they
yeah,
alive?
anybody? Is
Yo.
the paramedics over there?
Yeah, they there yet, son? It's because of the snow. Should I worry about it? Boom, they get crashed.
Yeah.
And then that's the whole thing. It's like that's the algorithm that plays out. So that's where a lot of people start to be the Simon Cowells of music. That's when people start to be the Tekashi 6ix9ines of music. Some people try to be the 50 Cents, but they don't do it the whole way. Like people be like, yo, well 50 Cent did it. But it's like, yeah, but
He's
50
also
was really
50
pulling up.
Cent,
It's like
yeah.
50 Cent was having beef, rapping in front of the same artist of beef, and then walked around this not only the stage, he got off stage, missed his whole verse. He wasn't even rapping no more. He just walked around to see if someone was going to get up and do something. Because they all said they were going to do something. Then he said, "Oh, okay." And they came back and did a second verse. He was a bully. He did it.
Was a bully.
He was ready to deal with any consequence that came with it. Now, of course, and this is where we get with people that get hurt and get effed up because they put themselves in this perception that they're something that they're not.
Yeah.
Like people be acting like they're kingpin. And really, it's like, nah, you Mary Jane, really, like for real, like you literally,
y'all not 50.
yeah, you're not that, and really, it's like it's cool to not be that. You don't have to do that.
Yeah,
no
you
one,
got you got your own lane, bro. Nobody wants to be shot 9 times.
yeah, and to be real, like there's a lot more people that got 9 to 5s that sell dope and do shit. You know what I mean? So it's like I'll call it the matrix of it. Is like people be thinking like, yo, well, more people gonna like my stuff if I talk about doing this. And it's like, not really, especially if you don't do it, because then the guys that really do it are gonna be the ones calling you out
of
saying
whether
you lying.
yeah.
And then when that comes up, then you're gonna have to like, or when you be on that rah shit, it's like, wait, you talking about you a better rapper, but you don't even rap like that, or you're not that good, and not like
somebody's
biasly.
Somebody's always gonna pull your card.
Yeah.
When you're living inauthentic.
Exactly.
When you're doing shit that just doesn't match the person, somebody's always gonna have some type of information to pull your card.
Or they could find. You know what I mean? Like
So,
the internet's crazy.
Yeah, be true to who you are. Yo, we're coming up on the time. We got like about 2 minutes left. Any final things you want to say to the people? Anything you want to leave them with?
You know what? Love yourself. Be yourself. Be happy with yourself. There's nothing wrong with you unless you do some weirdo shit. But like for real, like the world is always trying to make people feel that they're wrong for being who they are and what they like and what they love. And at the end of the day, your happiness is really up to you. As long as you doing what you're supposed to do for yourself and your family, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you guys have time, if you want to be entertained with some dope music, look at my platforms, listen to my music.
Make sure you shout your socials out.
You know me, my socials, all my socials. Well, Facebook is Grayson _GNAG.
There's a 3 in there. Correct?
Yeah. Grayson is spelled GR3YS0N. Because I made a name.
I was gonna ask. That was one of my questions. How'd you come up with the name?
Actually, that's like that's my final name, but it's my third name since I started rapping. When I started rapping, I was known as Maverick the Ronin.
Okay.
Right? And then
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. But
It sounds like a champion, like some type of like champion. It like
yeah, it was like I was on my I was really into like Maverick and Ronin are both Marvel characters. The definition of both of those kind of align with each other, where they kind of like go on their own path. They don't really get led; they lead. So I was kind of on that type of tip. And then, but after a while, as I was making more music and making it more relatable for people, I changed it to Nightwing because people already connected Nightwing, who's the first Robin grown up.
Mhm.
You might have seen him in Teen Titans or other shows. And that's my favorite superhero. So like people started like kind of putting me together with him.
associating.
Yeah, it was like the closest association in the scene that I was in and regular rap. Like, yo, Nightwing. So it was just like I did Nightwing, but I spelled it mad weird. Yo, I was trying to be super too much. I was being too much with the
too
name.
far out left
yeah,
field.
I was like NYTXING. I was like, all right. And some people got it, but then other people were like, when I'm doing shows and the announcer's like, yo, it's NY Texan. Yo, no. It's got to stop.
Yeah.
So then I found out I was having kids at the age of 30, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to change my name one last time. So I changed it to Grayson because Nightwing's name is Richard Grayson. So I changed it to Grayson, and at first I was going to spell it the way his last name is spelled, but someone's already named Grayson. So I was like, oh, I can't do it.
That's the other thing.
Be
Like coming up with a
sucks.
artist name. I just recently changed my artist name from Erod, which is Eric Rodriguez, Erod. But like you still have A-Rod.
Yeah.
And there's like a couple Erods out there. And there's somebody else called like E-Road. And it's kind of like the same way. So I was like, okay, I want to kind of get away from this. And then I was like, I'm going to go with Isaiah Kyrie because that was like my poet name. But I came up with a really cool artist name last week.
Nice.
And I'm like, I don't want to do this again.
Yeah, you gotta really like take it from me. If you got a name, pick it, stick with it. Because I pissed off so many. It's still jokes. It's still jokes.
It's a constant rebrand.
Yeah. And that's the other side of it too, where like some people will be saying I'm flexing, but it's like, yeah, I rebranded. I was still rapping about what I was rapping about, but I rebranded my name three times. And I'm still where I'm at. You know what I mean? That's really like.
And people you lose people along the way too whenever you do that because
they don't
might
know.
Yeah, they might not know you went from this dude to
this
Nightwing.
name.
Yeah.
Yo,
Actually, Nightwing
like a quick one. Like I had a moment where I was playing Apex Legends with my peoples, right?
Okay.
And then one of my peoples was on a game that I ain't seen in a while. I said, "Yo, what's up, bro? Da-da-da. Hey, what's up, Gray? Da-da-da." And he knew me as Gray, right? And we was talking about rappers that we knew in the past that kind of like faded away and didn't. No, they're not around no more.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, man. And I was like, and then I made a joke like, yeah, man, I don't know where Maverick at, right? Now everybody caught it except the dude. He's like, yeah, man, I don't know where he went. And I stopped. I was like, wait.
Talking about Maverick City.
I was like, wait. Are you for real? And he's like, yeah, I don't know where he at. Yo, dude, I'm Maverick, bro. What are you talking about? He's like, what? I'm like, I changed my name to Nightwing.
My man on the island.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm Maverick. He's like, no. I'm like, bro, yeah. He's like, I've been listening to your music still. I'm like, yeah. I changed my name from Maverick to Nightwing to Grayson. Everyone's laughing hard. I'm like, dog, you really was like, you thought I really was going.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, yo, my bad, bro. I'm like, yo, it's cool with SoundCloud, but it's like, damn.
He's
like,
he ain't dropped songs in 4 years. I'm like, nigga, I just dropped a song.
Like, I've been dropping.
Yeah,
I haven't stopped. I just dropped. Actually, yeah, I just dropped a remix today. Get Good.
I heard the intro to it, the little 30-second clip.
Yeah. Like the video's out and the song is out because the original song I had it on my album Gamers Interlude 3 that came out in October 10th. That's my birthday. I always drop.
Go check it out. I'll make sure I check it out.
Yeah, word. And then I had the video for it. I shot it with Angel or Director Hitman. Shout out to you, bro.
Big shout out to my guy Angel. He's been up here too.
Yeah, killing it.
That's my guy.
So like, then after a while, I had this gentleman named, his name is Mega Ran, he's my GOAT in the scene that I'm at. That's my GOAT. Everyone knows it. He's the dopest. Period. That's just how I put it. And that's my man. So like, I showed him the song when I first did it, and he's like, yo, this beat is hard. And I was like, yo, you wanna rap on it? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh shit. So
here we go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I sent it to him, and then we get the remix done, and I had it drop for today. So cause I'm going to MagFest, which is in Maryland. Yeah, Maryland.
My man's working. He's
Yeah, you
leaving
know what I
here,
mean?
going to Maryland.
Yeah, for real. So like, I got to do that with him. I got the little AMV for it. For those who know what My Hero Academia is, it's an All Might and Deku.
My niece loved that show.
Yo, it's dope. Like,
Yeah.
animes is dope. Watch some of the. Look out for some
Attack
of the
on
animes.
Titan.
Yeah,
That was the first like anime show I really started with.
You know,
like that and Avatar.
you know Kev on stage. Like,
Yeah.
Yo, he started started watching anime. He's watching Attack on Titan first. Everybody in the anime community is like, oh my god, this is not exactly the first. You shouldn't be the first anime. This
Yo.
is too much.
Nah,
But he was rocking with it. You know
I fell
what I mean?
in love with it, bro.
It's dope.
I
Yeah.
fell in love. If you guys have never seen Attack on Titan, go watch Attack on
Attack
Titan.
on
It's
Titan's
on
crazy.
Hulu. If you got Hulu, if not, there's a
Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
But go check it out. I still gotta finish. I got like 30 episodes to go.
Yeah, but you good, like, because at least
Yeah.
it's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just dodge the
I could just-
spoilers.
Just deep dive, bro. Just a
Word,
whole
it's gonna be
weekend kind of
crazy.
thing. But yo, I want to thank you for coming up, being part of the
Thank
show.
you,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? We got another dope individual up here. Make sure y'all go check him out. Remember, it's Grayson. I'll make sure that all his socials are in the descriptions of the video. Make sure you share this with somebody. Like, subscribe, and make sure y'all listen, man. Keep supporting, keep growing. We gonna keep doing more dope shit with more dope individuals. Thank you guys again. Shoot for the moon. If you missed, you still amongst the stars. Peace.
Just to hear it loud. Everybody knows me, really that's the old me. Going through some changes right here and now. I've been on my grind just to live it out. Say what's on your mind just to hear it loud. Everybody knows me, really that's the old me. Going through some changes right here and now. I've been on my grind just to live